you come to a school like Nebraska, you expect to win every game. So our guys aren't into moral victories. We want to win games. Simple as that. There are definitely a lot of positives to take away from today, and we will do that once we watch the film. But at the end of the day, we lost the game, so that is that.
What's maybe the biggest what if in your own mind as you replay that game a little bit? Where are the moments that you're like, I wish we'd had that moment back?
Yeah, well, there's definitely a couple. There's definitely a couple because we had our chances to take them down. And I'll start with the first drive. We got a field goal, and we had maybe 4 penalties on that one drive. Just unacceptable for what we're trying to do. And then the opening drive of the second half, we needed to finish that one and at the very least come away with some points, and we did neither. So fixable things, self-inflicted errors that we need corrected and that you can't make when you're playing a really good football team.
You seem to have really good protection early on, and it kind of wore down a little bit as the game progressed. What were you seeing in terms of what maybe Oklahoma changed, or in terms of protections you guys had set up where they were able to get to you a little bit more?
Yeah, well, that's something I'm going to have to watch back on film, but I had faith in our guys all day long, and I felt sturdy back there, and when a guy broke free, confident in my ability to get away from him. Protection-wise, we mixed in a little bit of 5-man, 6-man, and 7-man protection, and we did that throughout the game. So I never lost faith in those guys, and we knew that was one of their strengths on defense, pass rush.
Even though you guys only had 3 points in the first half, you guys were still really good on third down. You also had that fourth down conversion. How were you so successful in the first half specifically, even though it kind of tailed off again in the second half?
Yeah, well, I'd credit that to the coaches. We had some great game plan stuff for them, and our guys executed it. Yeah, we had some answers for what they were doing, and we stuck to them.
Did you envision this type of game? Did you envision Nebraska playing the third-ranked team on their home field this close?
Yeah, I envisioned us winning. Simple as that. You have to have that mentality going into a game, and our guys believed it. Like I said after week 1, we were never discouraged. We know the type of team we can be, and we can beat anyone on any given Saturday. We just have to execute.
What does Betts and Manning add for you guys? I think you hit them 4 times combined today.
Yeah, well, they're dynamic playmakers, and I don't say that as hyperbole. Those guys are good. Those guys are good, and we're continuing to bring them along, and they made some plays for us, and they knew they're going to have to step up today, and they played their part.
Adrian, do you leave discouraged or encouraged here today?
We'll see what the tape says, but at the end of the day, we lost the game. So that's what matters when you play for a school like Nebraska. You have to win, point-blank period.
When you have those false starts by the offensive line after the drive, is your first instinct to go rip on your teammates, or do you let the position coach handle that?
No, yeah. So those guys know. A lot of those guys are their own harshest critics, and especially when it comes to something like that, we've definitely harped on it. They know. I know. It was more positivity today. And our guys, like someone else alluded to, they were holding up really well up front, and they were doing a good job in other areas. So they know that, and maybe it's a little, hey, pat on the butt. Got to get that corrected. Let's settle in here, and they did.
On that first that play that seemed like a rush half, was that what was happening there in terms of the clock running out and getting the snap and all that?
Yeah, we were just misaligned. There was a little bit of a miscommunication there, and I had already wasted a timeout earlier that possession. I didn't want to waste another one for a later drive in the game, so pretty much ate that one.
What's the biggest positive from this performance that you're going to use going forward into conference play?
Yeah, we know the type of team we are. We can beat anyone any given Saturday. We just have to execute. Even today, we had some self-inflicted errors on special teams, on offense, that we can clean up. And if we clean those things up, we're coming out of here as the winning team. So knowing what we're capable of and knowing that a lot of these errors were fixable.
Adrian, there were a lot of sudden change situations today that you guys seem to handle better than in your previous loss this year. How much focus has that been for you guys in getting ready for games and practice and drilling those situations?
Yeah, well, I think it just comes down to not necessarily losing. You don't want to lose focus on what's at hand, right? You don't want to buy into all the external noise, whatever else is going on. So our guys were focused. Our guys went out and executed their jobs.
Adrian, I know you got to focus on the play at hand, but at any point in the last 24 hours, did you kind of sense the history of this event?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I knew that all week. All week, the importance of this game, the game that we were honoring. It's an awesome tradition and one that I wanted to be a part of, and I wanted to make my my mark on. So I am disappointed we weren't able to come out with the win, and there's definitely a huge significance in this game. And I know our fans, I know their fans are really pumped up about it.
I know you lost, but what was the fun level for you today? Is this the most enjoyable college game you played in?
It's hard to compare, but it was awesome. It was. The atmosphere, just how close you are on the sideline. I mean, we maybe had a foot of room over there, and I loved it. You know, I had the student section chirping me, let's go, bring it on, you know what I mean? So you got to love it. It's a part of college football, and I was happy to be here today.